It's the $80,000 King Louie Open from Overland Park, Kansas.
One of the most interesting things about this bowling complex we're in is there's an ice skating rink right behind the spectators there. And every year the players get together for an annual ice hockey party, and the players really have a lot of fun. As you can see, they're all warming up there, and quite a group of fans stayed around. Earl Anthony.
Oh, isn't that a little dangerous?
It's dangerous for some of the players. Harry Golden, our national tournament director. Tommy Hudson. Some of the players are really good ice skaters, Chris. You find the players that, like Pete Couture from up north, who had a chance to play hockey in their younger days, they're really good. Ed Ressler, Paul Moser, he's a great hockey player. Joe Hutchinson, who we saw in our Cleveland tournament. Don Johnson, the tour veteran from Las Vegas. And, you know, the players got together for an impromptu hockey game, and one of the most disastrous things that happened all week was Pete Couture fell down and broke his left wrist, but he had to go to the hospital. But on the way to the hospital, Chris, his wife, who was taking him in the car, when she stepped out of the car, slipped and broke her foot, so they both ended up in the hospital. Although Pete still finished the tournament and finished 14th.
Little business for the orthopedic people here in Kansas City.
Well, they got 2 casts for the price of 1. Tournament leader has bowled so sensational right here at the King Louie. He won the first tournament, 975. Mark, we know you bowl good everywhere, but why so great at the King Louie?
Well, Bo, I just think I carry pretty well during the week, and maybe the way I throw the ball. I carry a lot of, light hits off the boards, and I just feel comfortable bowling here. It's like bowling in my home house.
How about you? It looks like you're going to go against Ed Ressler. He's got the best shot. Do you think you can take it off from the #1 position? They've all struggled all year.
Well, I'm going to try. I lost once from #1. I just want to get a little revenge on it, maybe.
With 10 strikes and a big 269, now meets the tournament leader, Mark Roth, who this week has averaged over 230 in 42 games. Ressler will be shooting first. He has 3 titles plus a Masters title. Roth has 17. Very smooth cross-lane shot to cover the 10 for his spare in the first frame of our final game live coverage.
Roth trying to be only the 2nd bowler in 11 weeks on the Pro Bowlers Tour to beat the jinx of the #1 spot. The #1 man is now 1-9 starting out today.
There you heard the kick on the ball return. And there you saw the kick of the pins and a strike for Roth.
Mark wasn't really happy with that. He threw the ball just about as hard as he could and put everything he had on it, and it was just a little too far in. Watch this style that is just as famous as any on the professional bowler. He is just dominating the game. Tell you the truth, Chris, nobody can really keep up with him. Once he gets it going, look at that position, just total power. But the wrist action that this man has never been duplicated have I ever seen on a Pro Bowlers Tour. He doesn't even really turn the ball. Look at how his hand came almost straight through it.
And he blew past many bowlers. Coming up from 11th to take the top spot last night, and here he has opened with a double after some practice off to our right, whereas Ed Ressler put together a beautiful game of 269.
The way to bowl against Roth is not to watch him. He'll actually intimidate you with those powerful strikes if you watch him. You just bowl your own game and forget about what he's doing.
Three in a row.
Chris, there's nobody in the game of bowling can play the lanes where Mark Roth is playing. Watch him. Watch how he kicks through this, the power as he pushes off. Watch his right foot. Plants, kicks off against the ball return rack. And look at how deep he is inside, around the 12th or 13th board. With all that speed and turn, he just ripped those pins right apart. Ressler working on his ball again. Must be having trouble with the thumb hole.
Ed Ressler, meanwhile, goes off to the right, having trouble with that bowling ball. Now shooting in the 4th.
it's really disconcerting to have your ball not feel good bowling for a title match. So Ed Ressler keeps fiddling around with a thumb hole. The pro bowlers use usually pretty tight finger holes, tight thumb, hold that ball real relaxed so that the wrist can do the action. You don't want to tighten up and squeeze it. You'll listen to Roth as he flips that ball out, kicks that side return, and hits on the lane. Look at how far that ball was out there.
Ooh. Fourth strike in 5 frames for Roth, who sets those fingers, Bo, and then takes so little time, he's flying to the line.
Mark uses a short fingertip grip. He goes in just past fingertip, but very, very tight holes, very tight fingers, and extremely tight thumb hole. But he keeps that wrist loose. He throws that ball like he had a bullwhip in his hand and just snaps it off.
So the leading money winner on this year's tour, Mark Roth, with $37,950, doubles.
Eddie Ressler is spotting something on the approach. Leans down and take it up on him. Here's Mark Roth. Here's his shot on the right-hand lane. You see the loft. Look at that, well 3 or 4 feet over the line. We recommend about 3 feet to delay that big hook. Some players get carried away and go out 6 or 7 feet. They actually kill the ball. The ideal is 24 to 36 inches over the line.
Double up for Ressler, trailing by 25, shooting in the 6th frame.
Eddie has to just concentrate on his own game. He's got 103 in the 5th, a spare in the 6th, but the way he can strike, still in the woods for a 240 game. Cannot pay too much attention to what powerful Roth is doing. Play his own game.
That may be the most powerful strike I have ever heard.
Chris, that resounded right in our microphones. Watch this ideal style of Roth. Remember, keep that ball in position. Look at how his swing comes straight behind him. On course, has tremendously powerful legs and wrists. The tremendous turn. And this ball really does crack him. I have... There you go.
5'11", 180.
And all of it dynamite.
A 10 on the left.
They're not all strikes. He sure hits the pocket a lot. The difference between Roth and many of the power players around the country is there's a lot of players that can put that much stuff on a ball. Unfortunately, they don't hit the pocket. And I was crossing with Mark when you see that graphic up there. 857 series. He bowled his first 3 games Thursday. 289, 289, 279 consecutive games. Tremendous.
In his 4 previous appearances on our telecast this year, he's finished 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So Eddie Ressler.
Well, if every tournament I go home, I try and go home for a couple of days, and I just try and forget about bowling. And every time I forget about it, I come out, I'm fresh, and I'm really pumped up, and I want to bowl. And this is what happened this week. I didn't bowl for almost a week, and I came out here and I wanted to bowl. And the results are I made the TV finals today.
And how? And leaving the 2-5.
The only chance that Mark Roth would have to lose this tournament is if he would open here in the 9th and 10th. If he converts here in just a good count in the 10th, he'll be the 2nd man to win from the #1 position this year. Buckley winning at the Firestone 721. Possible 246.
Crossover.
Watch this one, though. Where it all started for Roth in this position 4 years ago, shot a 299 game, has won his 3rd King Louie Open, this time with a powerful 240 and adding.